June 28th, Group Conscience. Working with others is only the beginning of service work. Basic text, page 59. Service work calls for a selfless devotion to carrying the message to the still suffering addict. But our attitude of service cannot stop there. Service also requires that we look at ourselves and our motives. Our efforts at service make us highly visible to the fellowship. In NA, it is easy to become a big fish in a little pond. Our controlling attitude can easily drive away the newcomer. Group conscience is one of the most important principles in service. It is vital to remember that the group conscience is what counts, not just our individual beliefs and desires. We lend our thoughts and beliefs to the development of a group conscience. Then, when that conscience arises, we accept its guidance. The key is working with others, not against them. If we remember that we strive together to develop a collective conscience, we will see that all sides have equal merit. When all the discussions are over, all sides will come back together to carry a unified message. It is often tempting to think that we know what is best for the group. If we remember that it doesn't matter if we get our way, then it is easier to allow service to be the vehicle it is intended to be, a way to carry the message to the addict who still suffers. Just for today, I will take part in the development of group conscience. I will remember that the world won't end just because I don't get my way. I will think about our primary purpose in all my service efforts. I will reach out to a newcomer. I'm Herb the Addictaholic. This is just for today. And I'm part of NA area, actually two areas. I'm a GSR where I'm at, and then the treatment center is a different city, and they had me start an NA meeting there. And in order to get listed, I have to be a GSR, a group service rep, for that meeting as well. So I'm part of two different area meetings or committees. And there's often things that come up, like one of the areas is on Zoom and they want to go back to in person. Well, do we all want to go in person? Do we all want to stay on Zoom? Do we want to do a hybrid? Where are we going to have the physical meetings? So we have to create an ad hoc committee to kind of work on developing ideas and finding, venues and whatnot. So there's always something going on that takes multiple heads coming together to figure it out. And we all have great ideas, I found a place that was like maybe $50 an hour that we can book, for one day a month, which is area meetings are once a month. But there was no parking, and somebody else looked at that and they're like, hey, how are we going to fit 20 cars? And oh, good idea. Thank you. I didn't look at that. So had I been like stubborn, well, this place is the cheapest we could find and blah, 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 like all hard headed about it. It creates animosities and resentments and, we get nowhere, so there has to be some give and take and, compromise. And a good compromise, nobody's completely 100% satisfied, and that's when you've had a good compromise. Anyways, being part of the group conscience, even on the group level, where we decide if we're going to make the meeting an hour and a half and have a 10-minute break, or is it just going to be an hour straight through, or anything that comes up in the group level, being part of that group conscience, throwing events, pancake breakfasts and stuff like that. So like, as you can see, like I get involved and I become part of this, and being part of the group conscience is kind of cool. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's tough, sometimes we bump heads, but ultimately the goal in the end is to spread the message to the addicts who still suffer. So thank you guys for coming out. Hope to see you tomorrow. Keep coming back. It works if you work it.